So today I'm going to do my next Halloween tutorial, obviously, and I wanted to do a red hot devil look. Last year I did like a demonic possession, which is kind of more of a creepy, scary, possessed look, and I wanted to do kind of a typical devil look. I've never done one before, and I love red. It's probably my favorite color to wear, and I've actually been a devil before. When I was in high school, I actually made my own little devil costume with I had blinking horns. But anyway, I have this pitchfork from hell, and I've got my little shimmering, sparkly horns. I really hope you enjoy this one, and if you want to see how to do it, then just keep on watching. So to start out, I'm going to use a white eyeliner pencil just to trace out the shape that I'm going to create around my eyes. This is just easier so you don't have to freehand everything later. It's just going to work as a guide. And as you can see, I've actually bleached my eyebrows here. Now, if you don't want to go that extreme route, then you can cover your eyebrows using eyebrow wax. There's lots of tutorials for that on YouTube, if you don't know how to do that. And then I'm going to use this red paint by MAC. This was sadly discontinued, so if you don't have this, then you can use either a red lip liner that you can blend out, or you can use like a red face paint or a cream paint that you can get at any costume supply store instead. And I'm using a sharp angled liner brush. I believe this one is actually by Sigma, and I'm going to trace in that red shape. So as you can see, I'm just filling in that area where I traced out the line before with the white eyeliner. And I'm basically just gonna fill in that entire area with the red. So, you can use a blending brush to help you fill in more space and just kind of blend it upwards as you go away from your eye. I want it to get a little bit lighter. I'm gonna apply the black eyebrows later, so basically any place up to that space you should fill in with the red. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the lower part, that lower rounded shape that I created on my cheeks. So I'm using that angled liner again, and I'm using the paint that I used from before and just filling that in. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap just below my lower lash line because that's where I'm going to put the white after, so make sure to leave a little space there. And you just want it to look very soft, like a nice gradient, because if you make a very harsh line here, it's going to be a lot harder afterwards to blend out the colors. Now I'm going to use this dark purple sparkly eyeshadow. This is also from MAC, and I'm using a flat shading brush just to really pack that onto my lid. Now because I've got a red base down, it's almost going to look like a reddish purple. And I'm going to trace that out along the line. Make sure you don't go outside the line. That's why it's kind of important to have like a nice flat brush. Next I'm going to use a bright red eyeshadow. This one is by Ben Nye, and I'm using a MAC 217 brush to apply that. So I'm going to blend out the slightly darker eyeshadow that I applied and just fill in the rest of the space with red. This is really not, rocket science, because I really want a lot of red in this look, obviously, because I'm going for a double look. So I'm just kind of blending it outwards to my temples and then just kind of blend it upwards. So here I'm repeating the exact same steps on that lower circle that I created, and here I'm just using the side of my flat brush. This is the MAC 239 again, and I'm just kind of wiggling the brush back and forth so that it creates a nice soft blend. Then I'm back in again with the red eyeshadow, surprise surprise, and I'm using again the blending brush from MAC, the 217. So you really want a nice blended look here, so I'm just using actually my fingers to blend out the middle. And here I'm using a really small precise brush. This one is by Hakuhodo. I think this just makes it a little bit more detailed. If you don't have a small brush like this, that's fine. You don't have to do it like completely perfect. So now I'm going to use this cake eyeliner by Ben Nye, and I'm using also the Ben Nye liquid set. If you don't have a cake eyeliner and this thing, you can just use a liquid liner from any drugstore, so you don't have to use the exact same products. I'm using an artist brush to do this. I just got this at an art supply store. I find that a little bit easier. So I'm mixing the cake liner with the liquid set. It just helps the product to stay a little bit longer than if you just use water. So that's why I like to use the liquid set with cake liners. And I just free-handed the eyebrow. Now it is a little bit difficult to do this, so I just kind of eyeballed it to make sure I get it sort of even with the other side. But remember that eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So it doesn't have to be completely perfect, but just try to get it about the same shape as you did on the other side. If you don't feel confident doing this, then maybe trace it out first with a white eyeliner pencil so that if you do make a mistake, it's going to be easier to fix it. And then I'm going to do the exact same kind of lining technique with the top of my lash line, just a very elongated cat wing liner. I actually have a video on how to do cat wing eyeliner in general. That might help you if you want to learn how to get better at eyelining in general. Because this is a technique that you'll be able to use for all kinds of makeup looks. So I definitely recommend you check out that video if you want some extra help. And then I'm going to do the exact same lining on the bottom, so on that half semicircle. Just going along, and yeah, I just am using that same paintbrush again that I got from the art store. I love this one. I think it's called Galleria. I don't know if you can find that at an art supply store. They're really awesome brushes for eyelining. I personally use them all the time. And then I'm going to thicken out that line a little bit so it almost looks like a ribbon, so it doesn't just look like a plain old boring line. I'm going to thicken it out there a little bit. And then I'm going to fill in that little gap that I created with the white eyeliner pencil, so that's why I've left that space blank. It just creates a really nice contrast with the black. I'm going to pull that outwards a little bit so that just, you know, pull it out away from your eye. Can blend that a little bit. Next, I'm going to apply mascara to the top lashes only. I'm going to use this one by L'Oreal, which I quite like. And I'm only going to apply it to the top lashes, as I said, because on the bottom I've got that white, so I don't want the black mascara to contrast with that. I really just want the top lashes to look quite intense. For the lips, I went ahead and lined my whole lips with a dark lip liner. This one is, again, by MAC. It's just in a dark, almost like a burgundy shade. I'm sure you can find something similar at the drugstore. This is a really popular shade for fall lipsticks anyway. So I'm going to line my lips top and bottom. And then once that's finished, I'm going to use this dark lipstick by MAC. I think this is called Media. And I'm using a lip brush by Hakuhodo to apply it just to make it a little bit more neat and precise. And I'm going to pat this amazing pigment on top. This is by Illamasqua. It's almost like a bronzen red pigment. I'm going to use a brush just to put that in the middle and the top of my lids. Don't smack your lips together if you can, because that can kind of change the texture of the pigment. So just apply it with a brush. And for the accessories, I actually bought a Devil accessories kit from FancyDress.com. It comes with horns and a pitchfork and a tail, so you can use that for any, you know, red dress that you might already own. If you don't want to buy a complete costume, this is a really inexpensive way just to make your costume. So here you can see how I've combined it with a red dress. I already owned this dress from before, and you can really, you know, it's up to you how you style it. I decided to pair it with some red pumps, and you can see the accessories kit here. There's the tail, which I think is quite funny. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure to check out my Halloween playlist to see all other Halloween videos that I've done. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye!